Good evening and welcome inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center as tonight, the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels taking on the Beaumont Outlaws. Rebels coming into tonight's game off a fresh 14-6 victory over the CROW. Outlaws, their last game out, an 8-5 loss to the Warriors, are currently sitting 5 points behind and not yet mathematically eliminated from second place. We'll have the anthems here shortly, and then we will be underway from inside the Ken Nickel.
We see the truth we stand on the keep we stand on for we stand on
Well, this matchup, a big one here in the North Division, as the Rebels look to try and extend their lead against the Warriors, as the Rebels currently sitting 4 points up on the Warriors with 4 games to go this season for all the North Division teams. My name is Keenan. Eric's got your camera tonight, and we're excited to bring you all the action from here inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. Your starting goaltenders tonight for the Outlaws, number 35, Reed McLeod. In net for the Rebels, 37, Jacob McGilvery. Be sure to get those 50-50 tickets. Draw's going to take place following the playoffs on Monday, July 29th. A maximum take-home value of $10,000. Scan the QR code on your screen now, or visit our social media channels for more information at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and X. And off the opening draw, the Rebels going to get possession of that, bringing it over the center is AP Aiden Herring, wearing the number 6 for the Rebels. Passing off. Now the Rebels looking to find something on the outside. They've had a pretty strong outside game this entire season. They're looking to exploit the Outlaws early in this one with a quick shot and a nice save there on Carter McAdam. So the Rebels going to come away with it. Or sorry, Outlaws. So Weatherby bringing it across center, slows down. Dishes to Hildebrand. Outlaws working it around the outside as well. The two teams that like the outside of the circle as they get a hard shot from the far side and a second chance opportunity for Jesse Porter and AP for the Outlaws, wearing number 8. Brother Cody Porter wearing the number 2 for the Outlaws. It's Rebels now just inside the zone. Cross pass close side, now down into the close side corner. A cut pass there by Kyle Jameson. Outlaws running 4 APs tonight. Jameson is the third of those. Also, number 91, Felix Rossman for the Outlaws. And knocked down on the far side. And there's going to be the first penalty of this game. Is going to be coming up to the Rebels, as the Outlaws going to try and make work with this extra man, getting it around. And they find a lane onto the inside, but a bouncing pass out. And they retain possession with a fresh 30 to work with. And now, Jacob Goudreau telling Hildebrand to hold it, wait for the change. He gets one off as Porter comes on. Sure, the referee's arm's getting a bit tired here. The Outlaws just holding this ball, and now it ends up in the roof, and that is going to be a 2-minute for tripping going to the Rebels. So the Outlaws going to get the first power play opportunity of the game. Fraser Barrett is the one heading to the box. He takes the 2 for tripping. 17:55 to play here in the first. Explore Fort Saskatchewan, discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and River Valley. Work in a thriving community and play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. The Outlaws looking to get something set up on this man advantage. And a nice shot there from Maloney. I believe it hit one of the defenders, but the Outlaws going to retain possession of it as Porter now back down. Now Maloney holds it. And back, and Tompkins is going to take a shot of his own, and a nice save there from McGilvery. As the captain, Miller Scrimshaw, bringing it back across center for the Rebels. He's got 2 defenders bearing down on him. He shakes them loose, cuts behind the net, dishing out to the top, and a quick shot, nice save. And a referee arm is up again. I don't know if there's a penalty coming up to the Rebels again or what here. We're going to see. We're going to get a slashing call here, and it looks like it's going to head to the Outlaws. It is. And that's all he's getting is a 2-minute slashing, so that is going to do it for the man advantage. That one's going to go to Eric Tompkins. I'm sure he's not going to be happy about that. So we're going to play a minute 8 on 4-on-4, followed by a short 52-second Rebels power play opportunity. So the Rebels looking to get something set up 4-on-4. And he buries it home off that quick shot from the outside. And Dylan Puck getting the first one of this game. 1-0 Rebels. Eric Tompkins was a little confused there. He went back to the bench, but playing 4-on-4, so he's going to head back to the sin bin. Referees signaling to one another as we get set to drop the ball once again. Loose ball off the draw. Rebels are going to pick it up. Knocked down now with it. Was Herring, but Rebels do retain possession of it. Now Kaling Simonson. Simonson stopped up by 2 defenders, but got a nice bounce pass off. Now Rebels looking to cut in and knock down just behind the goal line, now covered by 2 Outlaws. On his way back across, now pass across and shot and save there on Reed Lowe. But Rebels somehow gained that back. You would almost think it's a Rebels power play the way they've been playing this 4-on-4. Still another 17 seconds remaining on that, 16:09 to go on the game clock for the first. Ball loose in the close side corner. A couple players trying to go after it. Rebels going to scoop it up and get a quick shot that goes wide by Reed Lowe, and that's going to do it for the shot clock. As Outlaws are going to gain possession off of that violation. Quick back and forth action so far from here inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. We're live here on CROW LAX TV. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already, as we are now in the final 2 weeks of the regular season, and then we'll have a couple of weeks of playoff action ahead of the Larry Bishop on August long weekend, live from Genesis Place in Airdrie. So Outlaws had a good opportunity shorthanded, but they couldn't get anything out of it. The Rebels bring it back in, and the Outlaws going to scoop it back up shorthanded, and now could have been a partial break opportunity for Grayson Maloney, but it doesn't find the back of his stick. Ball was loose. Outlaws picking it up of Porter. Porter passes off. Maloney, far side. Now to Tompkins, fresh out of the box. We're back 5-on-5. Tompkins has some assistance, passes back to Maloney. Maloney's shot goes just wide. And Maloney somehow picks it up and sends it off to go to Porter, but the shot clock expires about 2 seconds too early for Porter to get a shot opportunity. It's the Rebels now Trying to cut in there, Jackson Baker. He couldn't quite get the ball in the back of his stick. So the ball goes loose, and Outlaws are going to bring it across center of Josh Booth. Booth. Up into the far middle for Felix Rossman. Rossman giving some assistance as he passes it back off, and now Maloney regains it. Little spin move by Maloney, tried to go back and forth. Got him on the back, not on the fourth. And now Rebels are going to cut that. Rebels going to bring it in. And Ellis is just doing enough coverage to not get enough of that shot off for the Rebels as they had expected to. It's now McAdam passing back off to Simonson, and now down low is Barrett. Barrett back off. Bringing it in with a quick shot right into the crest was Jackson Baker. Now a loose ball picked up by the Outlaws of Weatherby. As Weatherby brings it back. He's got a man with him, Maloney. Maloney shot, and he puts it home. Grayson Maloney ties this one up. 1-1. Well, at Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors. They are dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is a fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse and explore the academy by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. It's Rebels, flawless so far in the dot. That one kind of just sent into the zone, and Outlaws with no pressure, just going to bring it back across center. It's Tompkins looking to direct some traffic. Wants to get an opportunity of his own. Off to Porter. Maloney. Maloney looking to wind up. Passes off instead. Tompkins. Far side. Winds and fires from Hildebrand. Got just enough of McGilvery. So now the Rebels bring it back across center. Riley Longmire. Longmire. Passing off. Simonson, far side, being covered by Cody Porter. 4 seconds on the shot clock. They got to make something happen quickly. They do get one off just in time. Might have heard the shot clock expire there, but they did get it off. The referees were signaling. It's not going to matter, though. It's the Outlaws. Bring it back across the half, beating that 8-second violation. Outlaws. Fancy little move there. Looked to be an attempted tic-tac-toe from Ellis to Maloney to Dickin. Didn't quite get everybody. It's the Outlaws going to shot off, and Rebels going to grab that rebound and bring it in. Now trying to knock off the center line of Herring, but Herring sent it off just in time. The Rebels, 12 seconds left on their shot clock. Passing around, and now a wide shot that time. 5 seconds to make one, and they do finally get one. But it ends up off of the shoulder of McLeod. As Snyder brings it across the half and immediately passes off to Hildebrand as she goes for a change. And McGilvery got just enough of that ball, but he didn't quite know where it was, because he was searching for it while it was loose in the close side corner. And now the Rebels getting a chance of their own. They opt to wait for reinforcements. Now a little spin move from Lowe, but he does not fool Cody Porter. It's Porter, bounce pass. Goudreau. Tompkins. Tompkins with it. Working the lane slowly, gets some help from Goudreau. Doesn't get help on the second guy. That was bearing down on him as Tompkins regains it and fires, and that's a easy save by McGilvery. See, Outlaws get a fresh 30 to work with and immediately knocked out of Rossman's stick. Now the Rebels one-on-one opportunity here for Fraser Barrett. Quickly cut off by a changing Outlaws decor. Matthew Vetch was looking for it, couldn't quite find it, so he just tries to send it back into the zone as we now cross the halfway point to the first. 10 to go, 1-1, we are tied. Outlaws looking to clinch a spot in the playoffs. Rebels looking to extend their lead at the top of the North Division standings and gain some more ground on the Warriors, who play later tonight against the CROW. That game, 9 p.m. from the Joe McGinley Arena. You can catch that. All the action live right here on CROW LAX TV. It's Johnston. Brings it in. Simonson seems to be somewhat quarterbacking here. Now ball loose. Some sticks flying around a bit, but now picked up by Simonson, who almost steps over the center line. With 5 seconds, they got to make a shot, and it hits a defender in front. So that's going to do it for that shot clock. A very nice job by Cody Porter to just plant himself in that lane. As now he goes down, loses his stick. Nothing too aggressive. Devin with the Gemma. Gemma brings it across now to Dylan Puck. Puck stops up, cross to the close side. Now a couple of Outlaws players hitting each other and falling down, but the Outlaws are going to find a way around that with a couple of defenders off kilter. And Cale Owen is going to tuck that one past McLeod. 2-1, Rebels lead. Interesting to note here, inside the Ken Nickel, the Outlaws actually currently leading the shot clock over the Rebels, 8-7. So the Outlaws, even though they're out shooting the Rebels and finding those lanes and finding the opportunities, they're just not able to solve McGilvery as many times as the Rebels so far. Zorniak passing off. Barrett, now Barrett down to Puck. Puck fakes a pass, now makes a real one. That one goes over to McAdam. McAdam passing off, and now we're in the center, and that's quick shot. Trying to go over the shoulder, but goes wide. I'm saying it just got a piece of him, so they're going to give him a 30, fresh 30. And on a very weird shot play there, the Rebels do put another one past McLeod to go up 3-1. Didn't quite catch who that was, but I believe they're going to award it to Reed Lowe of the Rebels. So Rebels no longer remain flawless in the dot. Outlaws taking their first face-off win. Indeed, in arena, they do award that one to Reed Lowe for the Rebels. The 3-1 Rebels lead with 7:45 to go here in the first. As cutting in was Tompkins getting a shot off, but they're saying he stepped in the crease, so they're going to award it right to the Rebels. Now Herring passing off and cuts off for a change. Was on the far side, now knocked down with Simonson. Simonson's down and still down a little bit, slow to get up. I don't know if they're going to call anything here. Looks like he may have pulled something in his back as he's holding his lower back as he's coming back to the bench, so might be worth keeping an eye on Simonson here. Be a big loss for the Rebels down the stretch. Outlaws. Off to Tompkins. Tompkins, quick pass, Maloney. Back to Tompkins. He winds and fires low and save by the 37. As McGilvery sends it across the center and picked up by Longmire just inside the zone. This Puck now holds it far side, right into the middle, and shot and scores! Carter McAdam. make it 4-1 Rebels. Well, the Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise of Southern Alberta Chaos are excited to announce they'll be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta from the 7th to the 11th of August. After a hiatus of 27 years, Port Coquitlam Saints in BC successfully hosted the 2023 tournament, where the Cranbrook Black Wolves became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since '95. This 8-team event will be held in August. For more information, visit mcdonaldcup.ca. It's the Rebels looking to extend their lead even further here. Trying to get something set up, and now we got a stick down on the floor as the Outlaws. Goudreau off to Hildebrand. Hildebrand bringing it in. Continues to hold. And now looks to cut in. Opting to pass off. The shot doesn't quite get all of it, as it was blocked by a defender's stick off that shot by Jesse Porter. 6 seconds on the shot clock as a couple players go hard into the boards. And now that's going to cross the center. And the 30-second shot clock violation means Rebels ball with 5:36 to go here in the first. Barrett pass off to far side. Trying to find its way back to Barrett. Now we got Cohen Sutherland on a breakaway and puts it into the crest of McGilvery. No dice for Sutherland on this one. So now the Outlaws going to pick up the loose ball there. And bring it in the zone, and now knocked into the center, and there's going to be a penalty coming up here as we get a couple of words exchanged, and now another cross-check. Nice job by the Rebels. Do nothing. And while things were happening behind the play, the Rebels end up tucking one home and give Reed Lowe his second of the game. As 5-1 Outlaws lead with 4:53 to go in the first. The original call was going to be a 2-minute cross-checking call to Wyatt Polson. Of course, due to the delayed penalty goal. No penalty that's going to come up on that. Because now they're going to call an over and back on the Rebels. It's going to be an Outlaws ball. Hildebrand. With it. Cuts in, finds his lane, and puts it home. Hildebrand. Cuts the lead down as the Rebels now lead 5-2. The Rebels win another draw. Zorniak picks it up. It's going to go on a high, slow pass to Baker. Now a little back and forth, and Owen has it now. Cale Owen. Off and now down low. Low was looking for his hat trick already in the first period. He's not going to get it on that one. As the Outlaws now going to bring it back across half. Jackson Weatherby. Weatherby to Ellis. Ellis backing up with the play, and now driven hard into the boards there by Matthew Vetch. And Vetch is going to knock it loose, and now he's got one-on-one with the AP Jesse Porter. Vetch. He's going to elect not to shoot there and go for a pass instead. As he waits for the change-off from his teammates. Now a loose ball just inside the crease. finds its way out and picked up by the Rebels with another 6 seconds on their shot clock and a bouncing shot. But Fraser Barrett ends up catching McLeod into the netting, which means Rebels are going to gain possession of it once again. Fraser Barrett passing off. If Barrett gets it back, and now we're in the close side corner. Now into the middle, and the low quick shot by Kalix Simonson. Easy save, McLeod. It's Felix Rossman. Rossman waiting, looking for someone to pass to. He does find one in Hildebrand, but doesn't find him. Only finds the boards behind the net. And now it's going to be an opportunity here for Ashton Johnson, who just puts it wide. Few opportunities both ways on partial or full breakaways, but no one has really seemed to be able to put one home outside of Reed Lowe on the delayed penalty call. Now the Outlaws get a shot off. McGilvery has to spin and drop on it just to make sure he gets that one. That's now the Rebels have it. And ball now loose in the close corner, scooped up by the Rebels. Reese Walsh. Walsh passes off. Now Baker bringing it in and getting a shot off of his own. Nice save by McLeod. Now Weatherby's going to bring it back across center. It's going to be a 2-on-2. And Weatherby just gets caught by a defender, so he's going to back off of it as well. Now Ellis. Pass to the far side, intended for Maloney, hit the boards and back into center. And Ryan McBride is going to pick that up and bring it across center as he gets a partial break using his size and speed, and he tucks one home. Ryan McBride, 6'2". The Rebels not taking it lightly against the Outlaws. They want that first round bye. And right now they're in prime position to force the Warriors to win all four of their final games. Rebels realistically just need to win 2 the rest of the year to clinch that spot, I believe, mathematically. They're on track to win this one. We are now within the final 60 seconds of the first. It's now pass cut by Wyatt Polson. It's going to be a 2-on-2. Polson trying to use his size and a shot that just trickled out of his stick. Couldn't quite get enough of it. Now Matthew Vetch was sizing up Booth for a minute there. It runs past him along the close side boards. 30 to play. About 13 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The Rebels working around the outside with 7 to go. They do get a shot off, and now the Outlaws with 15 seconds to go could have the final opportunity, and now they're going to be driven into the boards. 10 seconds to go. They can make something happen quick on this 2-on-1 opportunity. And it hits the crossbar, and that will do it for the first period of action here inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center in Beaumont. 6-2 Rebels lead through 20. You're watching CROW LAX TV. We'll be back with the second. Welcome back inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Centers. We get set for second period action between the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels and the Beaumont Outlaws. Through 20 minutes, 6-2 Rebels lead, looking to put the Warriors on their heels for good. Mathematically, the Rebels need to win 2 and get at least 1 point in a third, or the Outlaws need to lose at least 3. Outlaws, on the other hand, not yet mathematically eliminated from second. They sit 5 points behind the Warriors. Outlaws win or accrued loss today will result in the Outlaws clinching a playoff spot at minimum. However, 2 more Outlaws losses, or yet again, 1 Outlaws loss and a single win, I believe, from the Warriors will secure an Outlaws third place berth. So we're back underway here in the second. Outlaws now heading right to left on your screen, and Rebels heading left to right. The Outlaws' new threads this season looking absolutely gorgeous as the Rebels get a nice quick shot opportunity, and now they get a second chance potentially on a little spin move there from Jackson Baker. Outlaws' new threads looking sharp. The dark blue with the gold and white trim. The Rebels, all too familiar, white with the black and red. The Outlaws running behind the net now, shoveled out. Side now, cutting in and getting a goal. AP Jesse Porter gets his. Cutting that lead down to 3. It's Weatherby grabbing the ball from in the net, throwing it over to the trainer. It's going to be Jesse Porter's, I believe, first ever goal in Junior B Tier 1. You get set for another draw. Rebels were looking very strong in the first there, and they just solidify that with yet another face-off victory. And now, cutting it all alone was Dylan Puck, but nobody could quite get the ball over to him. So now the Outlaws going to bring it back right to left. Outlaws pass off and quick shot there from Tompkins. It's going to go into the close side corner. Now the ball all the way back behind Outlaws. Goal line. It's Weatherby. Picks up, brings it across. A couple of shots thrown there. Nothing major coming out of that one. Now Outlaws looking to set up on the outside and getting one inside and tucking it home. Marcus Hildebrand gets his second of the game. 6-4. Outlaws making some quick work to start the second. Not even 2 minutes in and already 2 goals back-to-back from them. Desperate to try and catch up to the Warriors as much as they can. Referee's just talking with the box right now. Trying to make sure everything's sorted on the game sheet. Ball's in, and we're back. Now the Rebels going to bring it in, and now rubbed out along the boards is Alex Zorniak, who remains down at the moment. Now the ball finally going to come out and going to be awarded to the Outlaws. The Outlaws. Bring it across the half now on the far side boards. Now to the close side. Tompkins into center. Rossman was looking to wind up. He held it and opts to pass it to Ellis. Ellis now winding up and firing. And a nice save by McGilvery. Now, someone was driven in and knocked down in the corner. Didn't look too hard, nothing major. No penalties forthcoming. Now the Rebels are going to have a 2-on-1 opportunity here to make something count. Getting one off and an easy save for McLeod off the Ryan McBride shot. Rebels, however, retain possession of it with a fresh 30 to work with. Now cutting in and getting a shot off. Second chance opportunity. McLeod standing on his head there, trying to fend off this offensive burst from the Rebels. Is that one goes in. Now Reed Lowe thought that one went in, and he's questioning that, but referee says no goal as Jenna Snyder brings it across center. Snyder. And congratulations to Jenna Snyder while we're here, as she will be heading to the Team Canada development camp. And the Outlaws passing it around. 3 shots. All saves are gone wide, and a fourth one now gets saved. 16:22 to play here in the second. You're watching CROW LAX TV. My name is Keenan Eriks on the camera tonight, bringing you all the action from here inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center, as we are now in the second to last week of regular season action. Well, scrum for the loose ball on the close side corner. Nobody really seems to have the edge. Shot clock starts to dribble down to 5 seconds, and now the Outlaws going to come away with it. Jackson Weatherby. Weatherby off to Porter. As he gets hooked, no penalties going to be coming up there. Outlaws bench won't be too happy with that. Now, taking a bit of a high shot there was Ellis. Referees are going to let him play a little bit, though, tonight, apparently. It's McBride. Tries to pass off to Kohut. Nothing. Now we've got another scrum of about 5 guys in on the close side corner here. Make that 6. And the Outlaws are going to come away with it. And now it's up for Dickin. And Dickin trying to find Tompkins, who would have had a open opportunity, open lane. Doesn't find him. Now the Outlaws. Hildebrand. Dickin. Tompkins. Tompkins gets a bit of assistance, winds, fires. Goes off the goaltender and wide. Second chance opportunity, goes wide. Potentially a third chance. Hildebrand does pick it up. Hildebrand calling a shot there. Calling a couple of them. He gets it to Tompkins. Tompkins. Dickin, and now far side is Maloney. Back to Maloney. Maloney winds, fires high. Now 6 seconds on the shot clock as Tompkins misses it. That's going to do it for their offensive rush. Referee's officially going to call it an over and back. Would have been a 30-second shot clock violation anyway. Now the Rebels moving it on the outside again. Finds its way to Baker. Baker cutting in. Gets a shot off. They're going to say he stepped in the crease. A good break for the Outlaws. It's Weatherby bringing it across center. Ellis dishing. 14 on the shot clock. Now driven down. Jesse Porter. Outlaws retain the ball. 5 seconds on the shot clock. They got to make something happen fast. Goes for a bit of a bouncing shot. Nothing, and that's going to do it. 30 seconds. Not too many stoppages so far in this game. 13:30 to go here in the second period. As now, Jameson had the opportunity to get it there. Now driven into the boards there. They're going to call that off-ball violation. Ward it right to the Outlaws. It's Polson. Cross. Now looking on the inside again, Hildebrand doesn't quite get enough of it. So now Fort Saskatchewan going to bring it back across. Nice little spin move from Lowe. Still looking for his hat trick goal of this game. Kohut. Getting shot off, saved McLeod. Ball goes wide into the corner. Simonson trying to pick it up. He was knocked off it. Now scooped up and brought in by Goudreau. Goudreau stops up about halfway into the zone, waits for the reinforcements, come onto the floor. Now gets it to Tompkins. Tompkins with a shot. Second chance opportunity. Now looked like there was going to be something coming, but just misread the referee there. My apologies. Scrimshaw gives it off to Cale Owen. And a nice attempt by McAdam hits the post. Deep in the Outlaw zone. Baker holds it being covered. Dishes off and firing in another post. This time Dylan Puck gets a post of his own. This Maloney brings it in, and now Maloney trying to go low. Cut in and now knocked loose. Now ball still loose. Two guys behind the net. Three, now four. Outlaws come away with it. Maloney. It's Maloney being covered by Walsh, who throws a couple. That's nearly cut there by Reese Walsh. Now ball loose. Porter looking to try and pick it up, and Rebels are going to come away with that one. Riley Longmire, nice job by him to pick up that loose ball on possession. Now the Outlaws have a 3-on-1 opportunity here to make something happen, and Weatherby, instead of passing ops to shoot it himself, McGilvery makes the easy save. Now the Rebels mounted offense of their own back, and Matthew Vench gets the Rebels on the board for the first time this period. 7-4 Rebels lead. Well, explore Fort Saskatchewan, discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown, scenic parks, and River Valley. Work in a thriving community and play where every moment is memorable. Visit, work, and play in Fort Saskatchewan. At Vimy, lacrosse excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors. They're dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is a fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse and explore the academy today by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. Rebels with it off the ensuing draw, looking to extend the lead further once again. That shot goes high and picked up by the Outlaws. Now they're trying to send it down and mount a quick offense. It's Tompkins now with possession of it in the close side corner. As we cross the halfway point of this game, Outlaws trying to come back into it, getting one off was Tompkins, who gets his first one of the game. 7-5 now. Be sure to grab your 50/50 tickets. Scan that QR code on your screen or visit us on social media at CROW LAX on Instagram and X. 50/50 draw on Monday, July 29th. Max take home of $10,000. Rebels bring it across the center. Now Kohut's stopping up, waiting. Getting it off to Lowe. Low with it, far side. Off the puck. Puck looking for a lane, fires one wide. Now ball loose. and almost picked up there. Now Weatherby. Weatherby kind of scoops it into the close side corner. Could have been a 2-on-0 opportunity there for the Outlaws momentarily. Now the Outlaws look to set up on the outside. It's Tompkins looking for his second. Winds and fires. That one didn't go very far, and a second opportunity there by Ellis through traffic. McGovery's able to come up with it and send it up to Johnson at half. Johnson to Simonson. Baker looking for some assistance. He had it for a second, didn't have any assistance on the second guy. Now Rebels 7 seconds on the shot clock, tucking one home is Carter McAdam. Give him his second of the game. Couple of guys now on hat-trick watch. The Outlaws currently on hat-trick watch, 22 of Hildebrand. Rebels now have both Lowe and McAdam on the hat-trick watch. Rebels going to come away with it. Dishing it off just before he gets over and back was Puck. Now ball was loose for a second on the inside. Now Outlaws come away with it. Outlaws sending it down. Believe pass was intended for Goudreau. Didn't find him. Now getting a quick shot off. It's the Outlaws. Nobody was on the other side to gain that rebound. Could have been a nice opportunity there. And now looking for his was Matthew Vetch. Looking for his second. Puts it wide. Ball's going to go all the way back deep into Rebels territory. And they're officially going to call over and back on it. So Dickens going to get it restarted around the blue line. As Tompkins makes a play call. This Outlaws only trail by 3 at the moment. Make it 2! And what did I say? Look out for the hat-trick watch as Marcus Hildebrand gets his. Cutting the Rebels' lead to 2. Outlaws have done a good job in this second of getting back into this game. Loose ball at the moment in center. Now, player goes down. They're going to award it to the Rebels off that. That's a nice opportunity for the Rebels, saved by McLeod, and now Outlaws going to have a 3-on-2. Outlaws. Getting my teams mixed up. McGilvery made the nice save there, and Rebels going to bring it back across center. Vetch passing to Lowe. Lowe with it. Down low into the far side corner. Finds its way to Baker. As Baker passes off. A quick shot by Lowe. One-time opportunity. Hits McLeod, goes up into the roof. Now Outlaw's going to try and make a quick change on that. And they do successfully get one off. Nice job by them. The Rebels trying to get one back. And a nice save on Kohut by McLeod. Keeps this a 2-goal game. And a nice cut pass at the center by Reed Lowe. Unbelievable defensive play. Puts the Rebels right back on the offensive. Lowe. Passes down low and stepping into the crease on that one after being knocked into it by Weatherby. It's Miller Scrimshaw. Now referees are going to call the play dead for a moment while they get a floor wipe. Well, CROW LAX TV and the RMLL Junior B Tier 1 Division are proud to be supporting the Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation and Canadian Mental Health Association to implement their Talk Today program. 2020, a beloved player of the game to many in the North Division, Chris Latondra died by suicide at age 25 while battling mental health issues. Chris Latondra Wellness Foundation was formed in 2021 to preserve his memory and call the lacrosse community to action in support of mental health in the game of lacrosse and beyond. Donations can be made by visiting our social media channels for a direct link at CROW LAX TV on Instagram and on X. It's the Outlaws, Kai Ellis. Brings it past. Looks to be winding up. Passed it instead, and now referees are going to be calling a penalty here. Rebels bench yelling something, but there is going to be a penalty going to the Outlaws. Be a 2-minute cross check. This one to Eric Tompkins. That is going to be his second penalty of this game. Took a first penalty of this game as well. The first period. Sorry, technically the second. But the first one for the Outlaws. So the Rebels have a 2-minute power play opportunity to work with 5.5 to go in the second. The setup and getting a shot off of Simonson. Prickles pass McLeod as he was looking for it. And the Rebels take a 9-6 lead. Now Goudreau goes to talk to the ref. I think he said he was being face masked or something in there. I don't know. But he's not happy about it. I don't know quite what we're waiting for here. It's 5-on-5 on the floor, so I don't know what the referees are doing. Oh, they were talking over it on the Outlaws bench. Couldn't see him past a couple of coaches standing up there. So 9-6 Rebels lead on the first special teams goal of this game. Spin move and shot off. Steps in the crease, though. This Jackson Baker, a nice nifty little move. Could have been big for them. Get up into the double digits with 5 minutes to go in the second period. Turner. Cross to Hildebrand, doesn't find him. Vetch picks it up instead behind the Rebels' net. Vetch goes to McAdam. Ball eventually finds its way to the captain, Scrimshaw. A ball loose, picked up by goaltender Reed McLeod, who sends it way down past the half. It's Goudreau. Off to Maloney. To Dickin. Ellis. Maloney. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Gotta make something happen fast. They're not going to get one off, though. The ball gets knocked loose somewhere in the middle. So it's going to be a Rebels ball. Looking to go to Baker. Past him, hit the backboards. And now, picked up by Cody Porter. Porter. To Ellis. Ellis winds up, fires, and hits a crossbar. Could have had probably an additional 5 goals tonight if these nets were a couple inches bigger on each side. Outlaws still working on the outside. Maloney gets a shot of his own now, which goes wide off a defender. picks up his own rebound. 10 seconds left on shot clock. Rossman calls a quick play, and now trying to get in there's Hildebrand. Hildebrand does get a shot off and gets a fresh 30 and keeps his own rebound. Outlaws doing a nice job of keeping the Rebels hemmed into the zone at the moment. It's Maloney back to Tompkins. 2:55 to play in the second. Winds up, fires. It's Dickin. And the Outlaws get another rebound. Maloney fires again. And that one is not going to go to anybody. In fact, it's going to go all the way deep behind the Outlaws goal line and going to be picked up by Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw to Owen. Owen passes off. Line fire and almost read low. It's dribbled wide. Now the Outlaws have an opportunity. 2-on-2. As Maloney light pass over to Cook. Now ball loose in the far side corner. Now picked up by the Rebels and given off to Vetch. Just within the 2 minutes now of the second. It's Vetch. Covered by Snyder. Passing off. Barrett. Cuts in past Snyder and gets a shot off. McLeod jumps on it to make the save. Outlaws send it deep. Didn't quite find its intended target. And instead is going to find Davin Bajema's stick. Bajema brings it across and off to Barrett. Fraser Barrett getting his own shot off. McLeod with the save. And Outlaws gain the rebound. Outlaws doing a good job in this second of gaining off rebounds. And Tompkins now alone. Gets a shot off and another post hit. And they're going to say it was a hand pass. Now referees, we're going to go and discuss something. Don't know what they're quite discussing. The one called a hand pass there. And the referees, after a quick discussion, say they were wrong. It was not a hand pass. It's going to remain Outlaws ball. So the Outlaws are going to reset here. 1:03 to play in the second. Momentum swinging their way, down by 3. Porter fires wide. Rebound just wide of the stick of Connor Turner. And now over and back, as that is going to go behind the Outlaws goal line in the far side corner. So the Rebels have 46 seconds to work with. It's going to be 16-second shot and game clock separation. Fires wide. And now it's a partial 2-on-2. And a nice save on Wyatt Polson by McGilvery. As we now have shot and game clock in, and calling a timeout was Jacob Goudreau with 22.6 seconds to play in the second. The Outlaws going to be planning something big to try and cut this down to 2 heading in to the second intermission. And once again, thank you for tuning in all season long here on CROW LAX TV. Again, as I've said, into the final 2 weeks of the regular season, we are now in week 11. Got one more game on the docket for you tonight. That is going to be Crude and Warriors from in the Jerome McGinley Arena. Mohammed will have the call for you. That game, late one, 9 p.m., just under an hour from now. This game should be wrapping up around that time. So you'll be able to just switch over streams quickly and easily. The teams in the north coming into tonight had 4 games left. We got all of their games coming at you for the last 2 weeks, as well as the Shamrocks and the Silvertips of the South and Central, respectively, followed by 2 weeks of playoffs and then the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup. The Larry Bishop Memorial Cup will be live from Genesis Place in Airdrie come August long weekend, and now the Outlaws just killing off a bit of time as Connor Turner. He's going to wait until probably a time cue to make something happen here. They're going to play 6-on-5 as they do have the goaltender pulled. 8-7 to go. And cut pass here. 3, 2, 1. And he's not going to get it in time. An open chance for Reese Walsh. And he puts it wide as he is covered. Well, that's going to do it for the second from here inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. You're watching CROW LAX TV. Welcome back inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center as we get set for third period action between the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels and the Beaumont Outlaws. Through 40 minutes, 9-6 Rebels lead on the game, on the score sheet. Also lead on the shot clock, 32-31. 20 minutes to go. Rebels win here will almost assuredly secure them the first round bye in the North. With only 3 games to go remaining after this for all these teams. For the Outlaws, they're just hoping for a crude loss to the Warriors tonight, as that will clinch another Outlaws playoff berth. It's Rebels gain it off the opening draw once again. Trying to work their magic inside the zone. They haven't been able to get a shot off yet. Now going down in front of the bench is Reed Lowe, and Lowe looks like he might have taken one right to the nether regions. So the Outlaws are going to take a penalty here. Be 2 minutes. To Peyton Cook. Lowe looks to have shaken it off. This is going to be the Rebels' third power play opportunity of tonight's game. Rebels been very disciplined this whole game, only taken 1 penalty so far. Official call to Cook is 2 minutes slashing. So now the Outlaws look to try and get something set up short-handed now. It's Maloney. Picks up the ball off the glass. Now loose ball. Picked up easily by Walsh. So he tries to send it down to Matthew Fetch. As it bounces off the backboards and now knocked loose by Maloney. Ball still loose and now picked up this time by Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw directs some traffic as he wants to go for a change. He does and passes off to Kalik Simonson. Simonson. Passed it off at some point. Didn't quite catch when. It's now knocked down in front. Was Weatherby. No penalty forthcoming. It's now ball knocked loose out of Weatherby's stick. And now a nice shot opportunity as Carter McAdam gets his hat trick. Power play marker to kick off the third. So we just get a quick floor wipe here. We're signaling to one another, and we get set for action once again. 10-6 now. Rebels lead. Rebels regain it off the draw again. Trying to bring it in. Devin Bajema, and now he's knocked down and knocked out of the ball. And now Bajema is throwing some shots, and they're going to give him a penalty. And now we got a couple of guys potentially throwing some words here. Bajema, and I think Goudreau, that is. Nothing's going to come of it besides a little bit of pushing and shoving. Referee's having a discussion. We'll see what the official call is here from the referee. They're going to give him 4 minutes total on this one. On 2 separate slashing calls. Bajema trying to kind of explain to his teammates what's happening down here. It's kind of funny watching them all be so animated. Referee's having a discussion with the captains. So the Outlaws going to have an extended 4-minute power play with 17:50 to play in the third. This is a good chance for the Outlaws to try and claw their way back into it. We'll see what they can do. As Scrimshaw brings it across the half. Scrimshaw runs it behind the net, and now he's on the close side corner. With 7 seconds on the shot clock, Scrimshaw just kind of opts to throw it as far deep as he can. Trying to regain that was Reed low. He doesn't quite get it. So it's going to be Outlaws ball once again. It's Tompkins now slowly walking it in. Still 3 1/4 to go in their power play. Tompkins, Maloney now. Back to Tompkins. And it's going to be cut. And now a chance for Carter McAdam to get 4. And a nice save by Reed McLeod as Tompkins dove for it. Don't think he quite had to do that, but either way, no goal there. Outlaws going back and forth. Hildebrand, Maloney, and can't quite catch the last number there. If I'm not mistaken, that is Rossman. Now ball ends up rolling all the way down to Reed McLeod, who's just going to send it way up to Hildebrand. Now Outlaws moving around the outside. Behind the back pass. Hildebrand again. Maloney. Across to Rossman, I believe. And now Maloney, hard shot that goes just wide. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Outlaws got to get one on net quickly. They do get one on net. But falling on it was McGilvery. And the first penalty has been killed as we now sit at 1:45 of power play time remaining for the Outlaws. Scujo brings it up, passes it across to Hildebrand. Hildebrand bounce past Maloney. Maloney directing traffic. Tompkins. And now a shot from the inside by Connor Turner. A nice chance. And McGilvery just standing his ground. 15 minutes to play here in the third. 10-6 Rebels lead from here inside Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. You're watching CROW LAX TV. And now knocked down with the ball with Baker. Baker still holding it. They're trying to knock it loose, and finally it is pulled loose. It's picked up by Cook. Brings it across center and stops up. Now covered by Fraser Barrett. It's now Maloney taking a few swings. Tompkins. Tompkins, Maloney. Far side Hildebrand. Hildebrand to Turner. Turner tries to get a shot off, but they're saying he was in the crease when he got it off. So McGilvery passes off. Scrimshaw. Little spin move. Trying to throw off his defender. Now Simonson. 10 seconds to go in the penalty kill for the Rebels. Nice job by them to kill off a 4-minute power play opportunity for the Outlaws. And just spinning a few times. Dylan Puck, a nice job by him to still get the shot off as we're back to 5-on-5. Tompkins passing off. It's cut by a Rebel. And now loose ball. Ball still loose, picked up, and now Outlaws had a potential chance. They're going to say, I believe it was an over and back for McGilvery himself. So it was awarded to the Outlaws, and now they're just trying to rub him out on the far side boards to try and get that ball. They do. The Rebels going to go back to work. Vetch. Off to Kohut. Kohut. Cross pass onto the close side for Owen. Owen to the middle. Now Simonson and Kohut get the chance on the inside. The nice job there. Now a little bit of pushing and shoving. Nothing's going to really come of it. Well, Goudreau, in the meantime, bringing it across center. Almost takes an elbow there. From one of the Rebels. Didn't quite see who. Ball ends up in the roof. We're saying it off a Rebels player. So it's going to be Outlaws ball. With 12:20 to play. Maloney loses the ball, but picks up the loose rebound. Now close side, now trying to get it, and it bounced back onto the close side. I believe the pass is initially intended for Dickin, but it didn't find its way through. So the Rebels going to come away with it. The ball finds its way back to Baker. Baker. Winds and fires. Hits a defender. Second chance opportunity goes wide. 6 seconds on the shot clock. They do get one off, and it hits the goaltender. So it is going to be a fresh 30. Now ball loose. Now finally picked up by McAdam. He's already got 3. No one really seems to have an edge right now. And now the stick knocked loose out of Kyle Jameson's hand. No penalty forthcoming on that one. Fraser Barrett tries to go for a one-time opportunity, and now knocked down on the far side was a Rebel. The Outlaws can bring it cross center. It's Poulsen. Poulsen cuts in, gets a shot off save by McGilvery. And Scrimshaw picks up the rebound, brings it across, and is now covered by 3 Outlaws defenders. Scrimshaw finds his way out, passes it off. Now it's Rebels possession with 10:30 to play in the third. Cale Owen gets a shot off high. Second opportunity, tucked home. Dylan Puck, his second of the game. Makes it 11-6 Rebels. Explore Fort Saskatchewan, discover a place where family fun meets opportunity. Visit their historic downtown scenic parks and River Valley. Work in a thriving community and play where every moment is memorable. Visit Work and Play in Fort Saskatchewan. Ball thrown up for the Rebels. Stavin Bajema bringing it in, trying to get one off. They're saying he stepped in the crease. And Snyder's pass gets cut. Now they're going to try and get a pass across the half, and the Rebels are going to pick it up instead. Fraser Barrett holds it. Passing off, shot, save. Now Snyder with it. Snyder trying to shake off a defender and gets the pass off to Goudreau. Goudreau, shot, and a nice save by McGilvery. Rebels put the gas on, let their foot off it a bit in the second. But in the third, they've been doing what they need to do. This lead's extended to 5. As we're now within the 10-minute mark of the third. It's brought in and passed off from Sutherland to Tompkins. Tompkins to Maloney. Into the center. And intended for Tompkins. Missed everybody. 6 seconds on their shot clock. The Outlaws got to get one off fast. They do from out far, but it's going to go wide. So Matthew Vetch going to pick that one up. Owen. Off to Dylan. Puck. And now there's a stick taken high off the ball, and they're going to call cross-checking on Reese Walsh, I believe that's going to go to. Cross. They are going to call it cross-check. I felt that should have been a high stick, not a cross-check, but, you know, I'm not a referee. I don't make the rules. Just ended up hitting Kyle Jamieson a little high. The referee caught it. So Maloney's going to get things restarted for this Outlaws power play. Working inside the 9-minute mark. Maloney. Now behind the net. Goes to Porter in the center. Porter tried to pass off, but knocked loose by Scrimshaw. And Scrimshaw's trying to shake now 3 defenders. Can't find his way around Tompkins, who's the last one. And now Scrimshaw's going to go down after Maloney hits him in the back. And the ref is going to send both of them off, I think? I don't know, but there's some pushing and shoving going on here, as you can see on your screen. Referee is for sure sending off Scrimshaw, who's not happy about it. I think they're going to send off an Outlaw, too. Referee's having a discussion about it. We'll see. I believe the official call will be an embellishment call, or, you know, as it's more formally known by diving, but referees currently discussing. All right. So, the 244s are going to head off. They're going to give 2 minutes cross-checking to Grayson Maloney. And it sounds like they're going to give a total of 4 minutes to the captain of the Rebels, Miller Scrimshaw. 2 minutes for delay of game plus 2 minutes for a diving call. At least that's my understanding. I think they're trying to figure out how to get this up on the board. The referee now having a discussion with a couple of players. Everybody's just trying to get everything figured out here. Well, this is a good time to tell you that at Vimy Lacrosse, excellence is the standard, led by some of the province's most decorated and experienced instructors. They're dedicated to molding well-rounded student athletes. Vimy Lacrosse is the fusion of sport, academics, and personal growth. Unleash your potential with Vimy Lacrosse and explore the academy today by visiting vimyedmonton.ca/lacrosse. The Chaos Junior Lacrosse Club and its franchise, the Southern Alberta Chaos, are excited to announce they'll be hosting the McDonald Cup this year. 2024 event will be hosted in the Centennial Regional Arena in Brooks, Alberta, August 7th to 12th. After a 27-year hiatus, Port Coquitlam Saints in BC successfully hosted the 2023 tournament where the Cranbrook Black Wolves became the first champions of the rechristened McDonald Cup since 1995. The 8-team event was highly enjoyed by athletes, volunteers, and the numerous lacrosse fans in attendance. Join us this August. For more information, visit mcdonaldcup.ca. Well, once again, thank you for tuning in all season long to CROW LAX TV. We've been very proud to bring you a total of 9 teams across 3 divisions this year. So we're into the final 2 weeks of the regular season. Be sure to subscribe if you have not already, because we'll be bringing you all the playoff action from the North Division as well as the Shamrocks and Silvertips very likely playoff berths. So we'll see all that. So officially on the board, they're going to put 2 minutes for the Rebels. There's some fans talking to the players here, and they're trying to figure out how this all works, I guess. Players are understanding now. If I'm not mistaken, we have one of the head refs from the ALA in attendance tonight. We believe, anyway. So everything is sorted. Officially on the board is 2 minutes, so it's going to be a 5-on-3 for the Outlaws for the next minute 34. As the 2 penalties to the 44s, one of them has to be served, the others cancel each other out. So with 8 minutes to play in the third, the Outlaws have some time to work with, and they put one home. The power play goal by Marcus Hildebrand makes it 11-7 for the Rebels. Excited to be bringing you the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup tournament this year. Last year was hosted in this very building, the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center. This year, we're heading down to Airdrie, the Genesis Place. We'll christen it with the Larry Bishop Memorial Cup on August long weekend, starting the Friday, ending on the Monday, is now a stick taken a bit high there for Alex Zorniak, and they're going to call it. So that's going to do it for the power play opportunity. As going to sit for 2 is Wyatt Polson. Official call, 2 minutes cross-checking. As Alex Zorniak took a very high stick. So we'll play about a minute and a half of 4-on-4 lacrosse. 7:40 to play here in this game. It's Outlaws working it around the outside. Baker cutting in, nice save by McLeod. And the ball going to bounce all the way back into Rebels territory. Rebels with it, moving it around the outside. Low with a low shot. Ends up in the stick of McLeod. It's going to be Outlaws now with it. Outlaws 2-on-2. Maloney stops up. The pass that was intended for Rossman is going to end up with Hildebrand. Hildebrand with 4 goals in this game. Now a floater shot there from the Outlaws. As McGilvery moves into it, gives them a fresh 30. And Rossman puts one home. As McGilvery got most of it, but not quite all of it. And Rossman cuts this lead down to 3 with 6.5 to play in this contest. The Outlaws going to come away with it. They're going to try and get another one. Goudreau, it's knocked loose. Porter finds it and passes it off. So now Goudreau looks injured, heading back to the bench. Limping slightly. Now Porter with a shot. And second chance and scores! And the Outlaws cut the lead down quite a bit. It's 11-9. That's going to be a Jackson Weatherby goal. I don't know if the penalty had quite expired yet, and if they're going to call it a power play goal or not. Sorry if they're going to call this a shorthanded goal. I got the two teams mixed up there a little bit. This has been one crazy game. My mind is somewhere else right now. Very impressive game so far from here inside Ken Nickel. The Rebels going to take that draw. The Rebels are going to work it around the outside. We'll see if the official call, if they call it a shorthanded goal or not in-house, but we're back to 5-on-5 now. It's now ball loose on the outside. Corner. Picked up now by Jenna Snyder. Snyder moves it cross half. Snyder's coming in 2-on-2. Snyder with a bouncing shot, and she's knocked down in the zone. Now Rebels. It goes and a jumping shot. Nice save on Reed Lowe. Lowe just hasn't been able to find that hat trick goal after scoring 2 in the first. Now the Rebels with it. Sutherland off to Ellis. Ellis holding it. Regains it back on a pass from Hildebrand, and hard shot that goes wide. 3-2. Got to make a quick shot, and they get one off. Or I believe a Dickens shot, but it's not going to matter as the Rebels are going to pick that one up and bring it back past the half with 4:30 to play in the third. So McAdam feels he was hooked there. No call coming. Hard shot and scores. It's Jackson Kohut. Puts this a 12-9 game. And with 4:22, the Outlaws got to make something happen quick like they just did. We get reset in the circle. And we're back underway. We knocked down in front of the benches is Davin Bajema. He has been bullied all night tonight. Bajema throwing a couple shots on Poulsen. Now they're going to call an over and back, so it's going to be awarded back to the Rebels. Close side corner. Rebels do come away with it. Knocked loose. The Outlaws pick it up. And there's going to be a slashing call coming up to the Outlaws, which in my opinion, almost all but kills all the momentum their way. And a potential to win this game. It's going to be a 2-minute slash and call. Heading the way of Chase Richardson. .350 to play in the third. The Rebels now heading onto the power play as they get a shot off. Get a reset. It's now a pass across intended for Baker. Was knocked loose by Pulse. And now ball still loose. Simonson's going to go for it. Now picked up by McAdam in front of the Rebels bench. Rebels are just going to take their sweet time. They don't need to rush anything, especially being up by 3 with about a third of the game on the power play left. And the Rebels' hard shot by Jackson Baker hits the far side post. Plenty of posts in this game. This game could easily be something like a 18-12 score if there wasn't all the posts. Pohut now down low, cross pass. Back across, shot and scores. Jackson Baker with the power play goal. Make it 13-9 with 2:40 to play. Once again, thank you for tuning in. Coming up live in about 10 minutes, we got the CROW and the Warriors live from Jerome McGinley Arena. Mohammed with the call for you. Be sure to switch over your streams shortly, but stick around with me as I'll bring you the last 2:40 from inside the Ken Nickel between the Rebels and the Outlaws. The Rebels win the draw, but immediately give up possession to the Outlaws. It's Paulson has it now. Paulson is trying to get a pass off, and he finally does. Off to Maloney, and Maloney goes immediately to Tompkins. Tompkins to Hildebrand. Hildebrand lost it, though, as Vetch picks it up and is going to give it to Alex Zorniak, who, well, he sends it a little ahead of Alex Zorniak. Would have been a partial break opportunity. 2 minutes to play. Rebels with a 13-9 lead. With this game, they're going to be 6 points up on the Warriors with 3 games to play. The Warriors, though, will have 4 to play, including tonight against the CROW. And now the Outlaws are going to pull goaltender Reed McLeod to go for a 6-on-5 opportunity. So Outlaws going to try and claw back in this, a minute and a half left. Got to make up 4 goals quickly as Maloney gets a hard shot that goes wide, and now ball's going to bounce out to Tompkins, and Tompkins is going to get a hard shot off. Now they're going to try and get goaltender back out as fast as they can before it's too late, and they do. As Reese Walsh gains it on the far side boards. Tries to go for a pass back to McAdam, but it's going to be an over and back call. So McLeod is going to come out of the net once again. Go back to a 6-on-5. And now I don't know if the referees can see this or not, but there's actually 7 players on the floor, and there it is. 7 players on the floor for the Outlaws. It's rough. Within the final minute. So the Outlaws going to take a final 2-minute penalty for too many on the floor. The Rebels going to play basically the rest of this game on the power play. So we're taking a little bit of time to kind of get things reset here. So, my mistake here. They're going to give the goal to goaltender Jacob McGilvery for the Rebels rather than too many players on the floor. I'm not 100% sure on this ruling, but I believe if you get a too many players on the floor in the dying minutes here with an empty net, it's an automatic goal. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that. Please do. I would love to know if I'm correct. As we are now into the final 12 seconds, so that's going to do it. From here inside the Ken Nickel Regional Recreation Center, Rebels just going to hold it to finish it off. 14-9, your final score in favor of the Fort Saskatchewan Rebels. Well, thank you for tuning in to CROW LAX TV. My name is Keenan. Eric was on the camera tonight. Be sure to swap your stream over because in 5 minutes, the Crew and the Warriors are live from the Jerome Aginla Arena. The pleasure was all mine. Thank you for tuning in.